and we will be doing that as low. Hello everyone, and welcome back to more The Minish Cap. In this episode, we'll be doing what Eslo said. So pretty much, we're going to be going to Hyrule Castle and trying to save Zelda. Although we're not going to be quite done in the game, because there's going to be a couple of extra things I want to do, like side quests and all that. But they're going to be really short, and you won't have to worry about them too much. But still. But what we want to do is try to get into Hyrule Castle again, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to do the technique that was used in Ocarina of Time, where you had to go stealth mode and try to get past without the guards seeing you. Although you've already seen this bit, so I'm going to cut ahead till when I'm inside the castle. Okay, now that we're inside Hyrule Castle, and I got past the guards first time this time. That was weird. Let's just progress onwards to the Elemental Sanctuary and get the 4th sword. The power of the wind element has infused your blade. With the power of the 4 elements, your blade has become the 4th sword. Focus power in your blade and release to fire a beam. Use it to break Vati's curse and restore the people of Hyrule. Ooh. It seems that forging the sacred blade somehow opened the doorway. It must lead to the room that holds the secret of the light force. Link, we must go inside. So, with that, the 4th sword got rid of that tablet there, and let's go inside to see what there is. How interesting. Look at the images on the stained glass. I bet those pictures show us where the light force is hidden. Whoa. A long, long time ago, when the world was on the verge of being swallowed by shadow, the tiny Picori appeared from the sky, bringing the hero of men a sword and a golden light. With wisdom and courage, the hero drove out the darkness. When peace had been restored, the people enshrined that blade with care. And the force of the golden light, embodied in Hyrule's princess, shone forth upon the lands. So that's what it means. Ooh, who said that? Ah ha ha ha. Eslo, you are really too kind. First, you give me my magic cap, and then you guide me here. You've been far too generous, but now I no longer have any use for you. Again, we could have dodged that. At last, I finally know the location of the light force. Oh dear. Link, wake up! Can't you wake up, Link? Vati disguised himself as the king to search for the light force. When he learned of this place, he waited for us to reforge the blade. If that stained glass is accurate, the Princess Zelda holds the light force. Vati will do whatever it takes to steal that power from her. If he succeeds, he may never be able to return the princess to normal. We've wasted too much time, Link. We must stop Vati. So pretty much with that, Vati has now taken over Hyrule Castle and made it into his own. Kind of like Wario in Super Mario Land 2, I guess. Although with that, you know, basically we want to do the same thing than how we escape, where we duplicate ourselves and kill them. Although, you know, just to get us out the door. Anyway, I really am worried what's going to be ahead of us when we get out of this door. Oh my goodness, this place has changed. What? What is this? What's happened here? They've been turned to stone. All of them. The minister and the guards. Everyone in the castle. All just like Princess Zelda. This can only be the work of that evil Vati. What cruelty, Link! We must use the power of the Sacred Four Swords to undo this evil. So we'll be doing that, you know, where we got rid of the tablet before. So if you charge up and then release it, we can now stop people becoming stone. Oh, thank you. You're the one who returned me to normal, aren't you? I don't know how you did it, but I can't thank you enough. Listen, have you seen how strange the king has been lately? That's because it's not the king at all. It's Vati. He's taken over the castle. One by one, he turned us all to stone. Everyone cursed by his evil magic. Then the monsters arrived. Even paralyzed, I saw it all. I only pray it's not too late to undo this evil. Let's hope not. Link, we need your help. Vati took our petrified princess to the roof of the castle. He must be planning something fiendish. You must stop him. Indeed, we will be doing that, because, I mean, well, Link's the hero, Eslo's his sidekick, and we're not going to quit from here. I mean, I just finished doing the figures, for goodness sake. The real King of Hyrule must be locked up somewhere in the castle. Please find him. As soon as we've recovered, we'll start looking too. Yeah, sure you will. So now we are at a new dungeon, Dark Hyrule Castle. Whoa! Is this really Hyrule Castle? I can't believe it. What's happened here? Vati's magic has grown more powerful than I had imagined. But the king and Zelda are in danger, Link. Let's go. Indeed, let's not take any distractions and try to get through this dungeon. Although if you're going here, you'll find that there'll be these fairies and all that with all these bombs, arrows, so if you're low on stuff you can just replenish it by going down there. That's all good. And I don't know why I went to the right, because that's a dead end. That was great. Now I've got to say, this music right here is really, really, really cool. It's basically a remade version of, what is it, you know the theme in A Link to the Past when you get to the first dungeon in the game where you save Zelda and all that? It's basically this, but in a Vati way. You know, they give it sort of a theme that suits Vati. If you ask me, they do a really good job of it. They made it sound dark, mysterious, evil. Again, you know, I just really love the soundtrack in this game. I find it really underappreciated. And, oh god, these things. In case you wonder what I encountered here, these things are called bubbles. And much like in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, I think, if you get hit by them, you become what they call jinxed. And when you're jinxed, you cannot use your sword. So pretty much, we can't really defend ourselves or attack. So that's pretty useless. Although we don't actually have to kill these things, so I'm going to ignore them for now. What we do want to do, however, is go downstairs and see what's down there, basically. So if we go down here, you'll find that there's this spark, and I think they put it there just in case, you know, if you're low on hearts and you want to replenish yourself with a fairy. Because, I mean, why else would they have it there? Because, I mean, if you hit it with your boomerang, you do get a fairy after all. And, oh! King Gustav's in there. Looks like we have to save him. Although you may have noticed before that there was like this small Minish hole. This gives us a clue as what we've got to do. Wow, that rhymed. So pretty much we need to find like a Minish portal and make ourselves into Minish size to try to save him. And honestly, it's pretty straightforward. You just bomb this wall and it's right here. Then after that, after you've become a Minish, you just want to fall down that hole that we went past earlier. as it will lead us to... What? That was weird. I've never seen the bubble do that before. So what I want to do is just drop down and basically go for the Minish hole. In a way, it's kind of similar to the dungeon in A Link to the Past, except instead we're trying to get through it as a Minish instead of defeating enemies and opening doors with keys. It's something I really like. It's like this game gave a throwback to a lot of games. Because, I mean, some music is reused, some level design looks similar, and it looks like it's some sort of anniversary game. I know it's not because, you know, it's released in like 2004, and not a lot really happened that time. The game wasn't really praised that much, because it's really underappreciated. Oh, Link. Are you the one who broke the curse and returned me to normal? You've grown quite brave since I last saw you, I must say. But, oh, how this castle has suffered while I was under Vati's curse. Is this all the work of one man? As King of Hyrule, I must do something about this villain. But, I'm too old, and I would only hold you back. Link, you have the Sacred Blade now. We must rely on you. Please, you must find a way to rescue my Zelda. Take this key. You can use it to get out of the castle from the basement. And after talking to Gustav, we get a small key. Brilliant. Again, you know, Link just does all this stuff like trying to save people being turned into stone. And our reward is a small key. Must feel really humiliated sometimes. Although now that we got the small key, we can basically unlock a door which is all the way back here. And it doesn't really take that long backtracking. But one thing I would say that's really annoying is this. When you have the Force Sword, you can duplicate yourselves, but if you do it the wrong way, it's really hard to push things, so you want to make sure if you want to push objects that you're in front of your duplicates, otherwise it will not work. And it's kind of awkward, but it's nothing too major, I guess. And I haven't really said that in a while. Although going out here, it's basically a new area with whiz ropes and stuff. All that jazz. I don't know why I've switched to this commentary for some reason. I mean, we're in Dark Hyrule Castle. I'm supposed to sound all serious, not relaxed. But then again, I like to make my commentary natural. I mean, this isn't scripted, otherwise that would be boring. Although, I might as well use the spin attack to good use by taking out all these enemies, and in here we will find a map. Great. Defeat all the enemies, whiz robes, everything, you get a map. Great reward. Although that done, this might confuse a lot of you actually. We could progress onwards further through Dark Hyrule Castle, but since we are now able to duplicate ourselves 4 times, there are a couple of things I want to do in the overworld, such as get the last heart containers and all that. And pretty much, you know, since we can duplicate ourselves 4 times, we'll be able to collect a couple of king stones and all that. Because honestly, even getting pieces of heart, I'm going to come across a lot of king stones, because, you know, I may be near the end of the game, but I'm going to have to do a couple of kingstone fusions in order to get some of these pieces of heart. So I just thought I'd let you know about that. And here's one thing that really confused me. When you push this statue out the way of Poffo, it will reveal this place where there are loads of places, like these rocks that you have to bomb in order to reach the chest. And honestly, this bit here reminds me a bit of Bomberman with the remote bombs. Because, you know, they detonate at any time when you press the button. I guess maybe that's what they were trying to do. I don't know, that's just my rumour. But still, I'm having fun playing this game, definitely. We are near the end after all. And since I have like over 99 maximum bombs, you know, I'm sure we'll have enough to make it through here and all that. And one thing I might as well do is this. These bits here are basically chests that contain rupees. I know I'm not really going to spend rupees and all, but I think it would be really fitting to end this LP off with like 999 rupees, because I can't really see myself spending more of it, and all that. And what we're going to have to do now is this. I would bomb the other things, but, well, it's a waste because it doesn't get us anywhere. And we want to go around a couple of places first. So basically, we want to go over to Mayor Hadrian's house and drop down the well. Well, not really the well, the ladder. Because there'll be these boulders that we have to push out of the way. And for some reason, this is going to be probably a bit difficult since, let's see. Oh no, I did it right that time. I remember first time I made my real self, you know, not my duplicates, the last one, and it was really annoying trying to push that thing out of the way because I was out of place and all that. Although pretty much the other one that you want to push the boulder through is down the well, which is somewhere, you know, near where Nehru and all them are, where we bought them houses. So basically, you know, it's down here. It's pointless of me cutting it and all. We want to push downwards, and for some reason we fall down. I don't see why you can't just jump in there with the Rock's Cape. That would be a lot easier, definitely. But now we have 100 rupees, and basically we just want to push this rock game thing, and move this thing out of the way. So now we have access to the chest. And honestly, you know, I have like 813, but this chest here, just so you know, contains 200 rupees. So if you're low on rupees and you want to find some stuff, if you get, you know, your third duplicate by fusing your blade after Fortress of Winds or Temple of Droplets, shall I say, go here, because you're going to get a lot of rupees. But there we go, I have 999, so it should be a bit easier to get past this place. And you know what? I might as well just make my way there by bombing my way through. It's really handy with remote bombs actually, because if they were normal bombs, I'd probably be a bit of a while in there. So that's all good. I know I'm kind of insane getting 999 rupees from what I'm not actually going to spend, but I'm here to have fun, so that's all good. Although for now, what we want to do is this. In order to get a new heart piece, we want to shrink down as a Minish and enter this hole, because we'll be inside the playground with nobody there. Yeah, we're actually at a school, so after, you know, getting through a bit of Dark Hyrule Castle, we then have to go to school for some reason. I don't know, it plays a bit weird in Zelda universe. Although now with 4 duplicates, we can push this thing out of the way and acquire a piece of heart. We need to collect one more and we will acquire 19 heart containers. So we're definitely doing really good. And this is what I mean by the king stones. Seriously, look at that. 3 red king stones. And it doesn't end there either, as we're about to get another one as well. When you're a Minish, you basically just want to go through the hole again, except go out the other way. Because it will lead us to a chest containing red king stones. If this kid would move out of the way. So you basically just want to hop out here. And there we go. Red Kingstone again. So if you're low on Kingstones, do this as well. As it all, you also come across a heart piece and all. So, you know, they're kind of fair to you after you get all the figurines done and all that. So, that's all good. The last thing we want to do is warp over to Minish Woods. And, yeah, for some reason after clearing a bit of Dark Hyrule Castle, we have to go to Minish Woods for some reason. Don't know why, but oh well. And since we got the flippers, we are able to do this. I could have done this a long time ago, actually, you know, a few episodes back and all, but I decided to make it the last one since this requires doing a thing that I thought would be really good to end it off with, trying to get the last heart container and all. But I'm not going to give spoilers, as I'd like to show you it instead. So, what I want to do is just swim over here and fuse Kingstones with this Minish. And this is really weird how it works. With this Minish, you have to fuse Kingstones with him 3 times. Because the first Kingstone fusion will basically be a random one, and what will happen is he'll dry up the lake. In my file though, what happened is a chest appeared just outside of the Royal Valley, containing 200 mysterious shells. So, that's going to be new for me to check out, I guess. Although if you go out and then back in, you can fuse Kingstones with him again, and this time, when we do it, he'll ask for these. God, he's very greedy, isn't he? Which will then cause, like, lands to appear next to a Molmit Cave in Vale Falls. So we'll be going there shortly. And last but not least, you can fuse Kingstones with him a 3rd time, which will cause this to happen. a hole will appear just outside of the warping point, which will lead us to a special thing. I don't really want to give it away though. Although for now, what we want to do is get out of here as, you know, a Minish and basically return ourselves to normal size and warp over to Vale Falls to see what's inside the Moment Cave. If you want to know how to get there easier, just warp your way to Vale Falls and then climb down this bit. Basically just make your way all the way down until you reach the bit where the Moment Cave is. Because honestly it's quite local. It's simply, you just jump down here and there it is. So, let's see what's inside for us. And you know what, just to make it a bit easier, I could mole mitt everywhere, but since I've collected most of the things, I'm going to ignore mole mitting all of the rocks and all that. By finding that, we get a new heart container. We now have 19. So that's pretty good. So now we just need one more, and we've collected all the heart containers in the game. And there's one thing that's actually quite weird. When you may think that we have to get more heart pieces, but there's going to be more to that. And I'm about to reveal why. If we warp over to Lake Hylia and enter that crack that we made, you know, using Kingstones with the Minish, we'll access this area which requires, well actually gives you a decision. You can use your Rocks Cape or you can have no items at all and make your way into the holes and all that. But since I have the Rocks Cape, I'm going to make it a bit easier for myself and just break the game basically. And all that. Although you need to be able to swim, just so you know, if you want to make it and all that. Although with all that done, let's just climb up this ladder. And it will put us here, inside this special Minish home. Oh, and it's the Minish library from, the library, pretty much. Hey, how'd you find me, kid? You're a real humdinger. Oh, what? So, since you found me, I'm going to give you my #1 treasure. And keep up the good work. And with all that, we get a heart container. So instead of finding heart pieces, the Minish library is nice to give us a heart container. Your life energy has been increased and been replenished. And there we go. All 20 heart containers. That is very, very good. And honestly, it's the first time I've done it because I've never been able to do so in my 3DS file or anything like that, since I found it a bit difficult. As, you know, I didn't have a speed up button, or trying to collect all the figurines was a bit of a pain doing it because it was so slow. Seriously, I feel so sorry for you guys who tried to do that, like, on the original Game Boy Advance cartridge or anything. But at least with the Game Boy Advance cartridge, you could just turn it off, then back on again, and then you're in the game. Whereas on the 3DS version, you have to press home menu, wait for it, click on the game again, wait for it to load, and around like 2 minutes later you're back in the game, and it was just really tedious for me to do. So I'm definitely glad that I did it now. Although with that done, I guess I'm gonna make my way back to Hyrule Castle, because that is pretty much everything done, I think. So we're gonna make our way there. Although while we're on the way there, I might as well end this episode off here, as it's gone on a bit long, but I thought I'd just get everything done. So we got all 20 art containers, we got 999 rupees. This is definitely a good way to start off the final dungeon. In the next episode of the Minish Cap, we will be starting off the second part of Dark Hyrule Castle, and hopefully beating it, but I can't really say that for sure. So take care guys, and I will see you in the next episode of the Minish Cap.